Yo, salutations, my guy.
Salutations, top of the morning, top of the morning.
Yeah, you already.
All right, this is episode 1 of what we doing here. We got Cligga on the line. I'm GDP. You know, what's going on?
Hey, first and foremost, again, my guy, you already know how we do it. You've been my guy for a minute, and I always appreciate everything because you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm the battle rap plug, you heard?
You already know, but we about to run down how what we doing here got, like, I guess, started, if you want to say that. It came about between, like, I like battle rap. I think the average person, if you're not weird or too weird, you like battle rap. These motherfuckers.
Continue.
Wait. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just on, like, Twitter. Like, I'm just on Twitter watching battle rap, I guess, whatever. And somehow another, myself and another dude that I'm cool with now, who's also in the gang, Benji. I don't know how it happened, man. Like, he knows who my favorite battle rappers are, and I know who his favorite battle rappers are.
Right.
So we would never see their names. We would just be like, your favorite battle rapper, blah, blah, blah. And then put what we doing here at the end. Like, I don't know how that came about. But I was like, yo, what we doing here? Like, what we doing here?
What's going on? You know, I hear you.
And people, like, would see that, and it was just that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like nothing crazy. I didn't even know son.
Right.
And then we started talking more, and then again, my man Kardii, who's also in the gang, who no one has ever pressed me in my entire life.
He put that full court press on you.
He was like, he saw me and Benji talking back and forth. He was like, yo, I know what y'all talking about, and blah blah blah. I think I'm part of the gang anyway. And I'm like, yo, who is this? I'm like, yo. But I respected Kardii's handle because he pressed it on some, like, well, this dude's probably gonna, like, snap on me, but I'll risk it. Right. And I respected it. And then a couple days later, I don't know how Twitter works like that because I don't get DMs. Cligga, hey, at Cliggavelli, I don't get DMs. Your boy, I never get DMs.
Nope. You don't get out of here with that bullshit. All right.
But anyway, so I get a little notification. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? It's my man Kardii and Benji. It's like a group chat. I'm like, oh shit, the group chat? So basically what happened, man, after that, it was just like us just like on the timeline talking bullshit. We talking rap, we talking blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, yo, this is cool, but we got to get more people involved in it. The people that we interact with on the timeline, we got to get them all in here. But we can't get everybody in here.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, I specifically, like, I'm very, like, I like everybody, and that's why everybody, like my man Venom, who about to be on here later.
Oh boy,
my man Venom calls me politically correct Cligga because I am. Because
you have to be though. You know, like you trying to get that blue check. I feel you.
Nah, yo, I'm just a nice person. I'm nice. I'm a nice person, man. And I just like I don't have it in me to be crazy like that, but I try not to be. But anyway, it was just like I was just like, all right, we need to like find certain people who know certain stuff. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't have like just like a battle rap like
it can't just be a battle rap group, you know? Like
right. It couldn't have been. See, that's the weird thing that like I didn't want it to be like. I'm like, wait, none of us are battle rappers.
No.
None of us got no bars. Ain't nobody out here spitting. We not just about to be talking about battle rap. So what my plan was, let's find people who have it all around. And this is my final thing that I'm gonna say right now is that at what we doing here, I always say this, at what we doing here, enterprises, entertainment, whatever you want to call it, we got everything that any person would need. You want to know about fitness? You want to know about battle rap? You want to know about good eating?
Yeah, culinary arts. You know, if you want to know how to season chicken, holler at me.
You want to know about bad eating? You want to know about being horny or not being horny?
We got Mondo, you know. You want to know about the trap? We got Kardii. You feel me?
So at the end of the day, that's what we doing here. And I always say this, this is my last thing that I'm gonna say. That I always say on the timeline that if anybody ever needs anything, one of us is always awake. So you can message us.
That's a fact.
You can message us.
The majority of us are in Texas, not me. I still remain king, but not me. But we worldwide. We got New Zealand up in here. You up in Japan.
All right.
Our time clocks all different. You feel me? And we all be on some bullshit.
Anytime anybody needs us, you can hit one of us, DM one of us. I'm not gonna respond because I don't know how DM works. Because I don't.
Yeah, I feel you. You out here.
My DM been broke since 2010. But anyway, hey, fuck with us. Hey, this is the crew that I'm jacking. This is the crew that I'm repping, and fuck with us. That's my shit. This is my guys right here.
I heard you. All right, so what's good, Rari?
Man, what's going on with y'all?
They got us up early in the morning, them Texas boys.
All right.
Yeah, in the AM.
Yeah.
This
is some wild shit.
Hey, Rari, where you from?
I'm from Carolina, man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, you do.
like Court told me, it don't matter.
Boy.
Hey, Court got me out of here bad, bro.
Hey, right.
That Texas New York beef crazy, yo.
Oh, yo. Man, that's a whole nother subject. But we got Kardii on the line.
Hey, yo, this cardio. If I met your bitch, that's cardio. Her last nigga ain't work out, so now she on cardio. What we doing here?
Let's go.
Hey, Kardii got a whole new phone for this show, bruh.
Yo, what we doing? What's poppin'?
Nah, he was in the mirror practicing that one. Oh, boy.
It was so smooth.
That was fire.
That was fire.
I ain't gonna you. That shit was fire.
What up, Clint?
Hey, yo.
Talking about what we doing?
Nah, oh, man. You just threw us all up. Yeah. I was going to ask y'all. Y'all hear about this big announcement that URL dropped yesterday?
Nah.
You talking about the initiation?
I hope you ain't talking about the YK and Pan.
I sure am. What y'all feel about that? This ain't groundbreaking to y'all?
I fuck with Pass.
Of course not.
I fuck with Pass, though. I ain't gonna shit.
That's that Cali shit.
Yeah. Y'all ain't hyped. Like, I know Mook and Verb got announced, but come on, this Pass and YK, boy.
Hey, boy.
That ain't hot, boy.
You better do your Googles.
YK ain't hot, boy? What? Hey,
man, I'm going to tell you this. The Jinko jeans and South Pole about to be in full effect, you heard? This got to be the worst.
Hey, look, my skin is itching right now from the material thinking about that goddamn battle. My Lord. Passing YK?
Eczema. Cligga got eczema all of a sudden.
You know how many sideline Jordans is going to be in that goddamn building? Sideline Jordans.
The whole team Jordan finna be in that bitch.
It's going to be a whole lot of flights.
The bench and all.
Boy, this a bad dress battle. This a bad dress battle, y'all.
Like, so who gonna win though?
I got Pass, man. I got Pass.
It really don't matter if we being honest.
God, that's a terrible. I seen that.
But why? Like,
and I couldn't. Hey, I seen it and I couldn't say nothing because Thesaurus follows me and Thesaurus fucks with Pass, so I couldn't say nothing.
Man, you get impressed by Thesaurus now too, yo.
You the biggest.
Hey, Thesaurus is a goddamn legend.
Of what?
What?
What? He's not?
No. Of
Yeah.
The
what?
source is not electing a battle rap.
Hold on, real quick. How you a legend if you ain't never been on Smack?
What does Smack made battle rap? Come on, son. We're not doing
I'm not
that.
saying he made battle rap, but I'm saying like if you spoke like goddamn, like what do you mean? What we doing here?
The source was battle rapping when it wasn't cool.
But I'm saying
I
after
mean,
all
but
these
he
years,
was never cool.
Disaster been on there. Iron Solomon been on there.
So the source and Ilmac aren't legend. What?
Here, hold on. I got you right here. Cligga.
What?
Why is Pass on there and he from the same era and same, organization as the Source was?
I guarantee you that they could have been on there if they wanted to, but that's not the point.
You don't think the Source wants to be on Smack?
Pass? No.
The Source wants to play in the Drew League his whole life?
He ain't even been on RBE.
Wait, hold on. Y'all are saying that these people,
Immaculate went to RBE.
but y'all are saying people that will say Surf is a legend.
He is.
He been on Smack.
Man, we can't talk about the Surf thing yet. We gonna get into that later. But nah.
Nigga been on Smack. That means he's a legend. Fucking X been on.
That's part of.
X been on Smack.
You know what?
Nah,
I get it, Cligga. I get it.
But how the fuck if Tech Nine not no legend, the Source not no legend either. We not gonna do that.
That's not the same thing, son. You already told me today that you never saw what was it? You told me you didn't see a battle. I'm like, yo, how you didn't see that battle? What was it today?
What battle?
Fuck.
Geechee and Av.
Geechee and Av. You ain't see Geechee and
I watched the first round. It was
Av. And then what? Get back to the
Hey,
trap.
and that's the type of shit Kardii like too.
I'm back out here, so I ain't just like dipped in it like that. But I watched the first round. The first round was dope.
So what happened?
These niggas heads off.
Yeah, he do, man. Like that's hard to deal with, Like I've noticed you can get real tired of 3 rounds of punching, but the way Av does it, it's so creative every time, and
Yeah.
every punch has to do with the bar leading up to it.
Yeah, fuck with that.
And for him to be able to punch all his rounds against Geechee, and it still to be like, yo, like he ain't playing around. Like that's crazy.
I think people like disregard that. Like people like they be like, oh, like Benji said the other day, he put up like when Benji wrote out the I'll put Av on a blah 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 like a jackhammer.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that shit. Like I said, like I broke it down. I'm like, yo, that shit was trash. But the way he acted it out, it was fire.
Right.
But Av be punching at. That's what I'm saying. Av punches at a level 8. You know what a level 8 like out of 10 is? Every bar, and people forget what it is.
We're gonna divert from what we were planning today, but we're gonna talk about punching. You got Av, you got B Magic, you got.
Oh hell no!
Conceited.
No, we don't. We don't.
No,
got,
I'm saying in terms of punching, yo.
in terms of everything, no, we not doing the B Magic thing.
All right, we're gonna throw B Magic because he washed. All right, so we got Khan and we got Av.
No, but you can't. We can't take B Magic out of there.
Oh yeah, we can, Clig.
We can.
We grown men.
At one point, that man was punching.
Much I have it.
That's why that Khan and Magic matchup was so crazy at that time, because you had the 2 biggest punchers and like best up against one another. And it was a fire battle. Like that battle lived up to what you could expect from those 2.
And you know what happened to me with that battle was after the first round of both of them, I turned that shit off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the rest of it, of course, but I seen the rest. I seen the rest of it, but I didn't want to see the rest of it. But I seen the rest of it. But you got to put Nitty in there.
Yeah, I forgot about Nitty. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta put the new improved Geechee in there. Geechee got punches like
Geechee been punching.
But he doesn't do it as consistent as these other guys we're naming.
Louise been punching too.
Yeah, he punches too. But I'm talking strictly back to back to back to back.
I feel like Nitty and Surf punch better than all of them niggas.
Nigga said Surf. Surf, come on, son.
I feel like Surf has top 3 punches.
I'm getting off. Surf punches.
Surf don't punch.
He punched what?
He punched back to back. If you watch Surf and you pay attention, that's all that nigga do. He's scheming shit, but this nigga is punching back to back.
He ain't punching Suge back.
Yo,
we got Cord on right now.
What's that?
Hold on. Hey, Court.
What's up?
It's Cligga. Hey, they tell me right now that Surf be punching.
Oh boy.
Wait, what happened?
Surf be punching. Surf a puncher. Top puncher. Top 3.
Nah, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna tell that lie, bro.
Corey, you ain't from Texas though, all day.
Hey, for the sake of going against what Cligga be talking about, yeah, that nigga a top 3 puncher, bro.
They got a vendetta against one another.
What'd you say? You said how the top punches?
I'm saying so y'all saying Surf don't be punching at all. That's what y'all saying.
No. He does more than punching. Like, he doesn't fall into that puncher's category.
Yeah, I'm saying if y'all quote Surf best shit, y'all gonna be quoting punches.
Look, hey,
not really.
Hey, look.
Quote something right now. Somebody quote something.
Wait, is it my turn yet? Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go, Clear.
Hey, Surf choked more than he punched.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Get off. All right.
Yeah, hey.
So who's that? Boys, man.
I'm right here.
He's still trying to get on this. We gonna do the Surf segment.
Hey, we need a whole Surf show.
Yeah,
we gonna have a Surf appreciation. Cligga won't be on it.
Nah, he's necessary, bro.
Nah, we ain't gonna allow any slander
Niggas
when
gotta
it comes to appreciating Tsunami Surf.
Hey, what Cligga say? Surf lost his last 7 battles.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
Yeah,
7.
Surf ain't never won, according to Cligga.
Surf choked more than he punched. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all wow.
Yeah, that nigga not really a puncher though.
Nah, when I consider punching, I'm thinking like 4-bar setups into the punch. You know, not whole.
This nigga don't do that.
Nah, he don't do that. That's like magic, conceited type shit.
Yeah,
nigga don't really
like back to back. Surf builds up. He'll put 6 bars together and then a punch.
So when I'm watching Hollow first round, he's not punching Hollow head off back to back. That's not happening.
He was fucking Hollow up. I don't know about punching.
I'm saying he's punching.
A whole ass Surf.
Versus T-Top.
No, but Surf against Hollow.
We off there. We ain't gonna do that.
Nah, hold on. What punch he threw against T-Top?
Surf is punching his motherfucking head off.
Surf said he was walking
what was the punches?
Wait, hold on. He said he was walking through North Carolina. Like he got some Tar Heels on.
That's not really
like he got some Tar Heels on. That's a punch. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Hey, he wearing heels?
I don't even think he said like on there. I think
he said I walked through Carolina so long I got Tar Heels.
so much I got Tar Heels.
It was trash. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, man.
Nah, hey, Rock would have said that shit, bro. That should be a Cligga bio.
I hate Cligga, bro. All right, I'm done with this. I'm done with this subject.
Yeah, let's go.
We can't be talking about Surf with Cligga in here. All right, man. Here goes one thing of disrespect to another. Pusha and Drake, y'all. What we doing here?
Who versus Drake?
Pusha T.
Oh, never heard of him.
This nigga Cardi don't even know who fucking Pusha is.
Because Cardi still listen to UGK.
Hey, Cardi mad. She like, I'm the real Pusha around this bitch.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I listened to that Pusha album like 4 times, right? And I felt like the Spurs fans when they was against the Heat right before Ray Allen hit that shot, you know, like the confetti's falling and everything, like wilding out, you know, and then Drake dropped that diss. Boy, did I felt defeated.
Hey, let's go.
I felt hurt.
Let's go around the table and ask one by one how they felt about it. But I'm sorry, man, to cut you off. Go ahead. You done? Or no?
Nah, I was listening to that diss and like I just wanted to turn it off, but I couldn't. I just like it was painful, bro. It was really painful because I was like, man, Pusha really gonna get the respect he deserves. And then Drake just came in there and just ruined his life. So that's all I gotta say.
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up now, all right? What I'm gonna say is, and niggas probably not gonna like it, but we love Pusha, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
who said that in the fucking laundry room? You shit sound crazy.
Kardii got his head inside a goddamn dryer in the laundry, man. Like,
yeah, he's calling from the washing machine.
Boy called off a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm calling off a No Mercy's PSP, boy.
Hey. Hey, this is around me with shit, bro.
hey.
Don't do that.
All right,
Go, Cligga, go.
Hey, back to the topic, bro.
I mean, the general conception is we all love Pusha. That's what, like, we love Pusha. To me, Pusha's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does what he does. He's one of the dopest rappers ever. Malice. What's going on over there? What's going on?
Someone putting in a cassette, a tape deck, or
Niggas stashing guns during the
unloading clips right now. This wild. All right.
Kardii stashing guns. Hey, Kardii, don't
like
stash.
Kardii put it in the great tape.
Nah, I was leaving at the house. I had to load this thing. Y'all stupid.
There's a difference between like being like good and then being great, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Like you can't to me, you can't rap to Drake because Joe Budden spit 3. He took his whole entire. Actually, my bad. I mean, Bo Judden.
Bo Judden. Yeah, he had like 3 tracks, 9 minutes each. I hear you.
Put all his energy, all his soul into them, and to me, Drake won that because Drake didn't respond. Like
yeah.
If I'm the top, like just leave it like this. Look, if I got like 50,000 followers on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, I'm that nigga on there, and somebody says something to me. If I don't respond to you, I win. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like Joe.
It shows that your effort doesn't even deserve a response.
Right.
You know?
It depends on who it is, cause it's like Joe Budden. I know y'all like that nigga or whatever, cause he do his little podcast shit. But that nigga, he cold out here. Like ain't nobody checking for that nigga. We ain't listening to that nigga shit. Ain't none of that going on. But these niggas actually listening. These niggas actually listening to Pusha. Like everybody fuck with Pusha apparently.
Nah,
so
I wouldn't even say everyone.
It's like the game changed, bro. Like we grew up on Beef 1, 2, 3, P Cutter, Street Wars and shit.
Who's speaking about? Who's just speaking right now?
Discord. Now, so like we grew up on niggas actually worried about rapping words or getting beat up. Now we just seen him go against Common. We just seen him go against Meek, who's supposed to be a rapper, battle rapper ass nigga. We just seen Joe Budden. We see Pusha T now. Diddy supposedly slapped him. That shit don't matter no more. Like, not saying I agree with it, but it's more antics. Drake more wittier, he more funnier, he more popular. He go flex money, he go flex bitches, he go flex album sales.
To a nigga, all that.
You can't just rap against Drake no.
And yeah, that good point, because I remember like yesterday we was talking about it, and I said, you know, Pusha's still the best rapper, and y'all like that doesn't matter, you know. And I was thinking about it. I don't agree with it,
but that's the way shit is right now.
Right. I was thinking about it because Drake is so he plays chess with these rappers. You feel me? There's no way that Drake came up with that freestyle in like 6 hours.
Fuck no. I don't go. Like, it's cool to say, oh man, you know, he next dated like Amazon. No. Nah, bro, that shit been sitting in the pot, bro.
Yeah, he just like these battle rappers. He got a clip for everyone that tries to come at him that is significant. Let's be honest, like Pusha is below Fab in terms of notoriety. A lot of the newer school fans of rap know a little bit about Fabulous, right?
Yeah, I know that.
But when you go deeper, pause, not a lot of people know about Pusha T. You feel me?
They know clips.
They know the clips because
Yeah, I heard
Grindr
the clips
and stuff like that, but they don't really know Pusha, you know, because him and Malice both sound the same too, but nonetheless, you know, so for him to have a quality album like that, it was a good 7 tracks. For him to have that, and then Drake just kind of like just took all the attention, and then he had that Instagram post. It's not looking good for Pusha. You know,
Bro, my thing is he should have left that man alone because you've been doing this for how long? Like, you drop an album, and for you not to be that popular, for your album to be talked about more than A$AP Rocky album, bro, you got it.
Yeah, he could have just did without it.
Yeah. Your album should have been talked about by his album, not because of a diss or nothing like this. And then when that man comes in 12 hours later and wipe that away, now you look foolish.
Right.
And you know what's crazy? It's like before Drake dropped that diss, I think Pusha was number 2 on like trending on Twitter.
Yeah,
like, he was number 2.
Yeah.
Drake came in like as soon as he dropped that whole Drake went up to number 2. Pusha went to number 3. Then Drake went to like number 1. And I'm talking about in like an hour.
Bro,
and Pusha only had a jab.
I checked later, he wasn't trending at all.
Yes.
And Drake was trending. Drake was trending twice.
That's how.
Like I screenshot it.
And it's ridiculous because Pusha only came at with a jab. Drake,
and it was a weak jab too. It wasn't even necessary.
He went at Baby, and he went at Drake. Drake went for his head. You know, he had his foot on his neck for 2.5 minutes. Like, I'm convinced you can't play with Drake no more. I'm done. I'm done saying it.
I didn't even hear the whole diss.
You can still play, but you got to come with the full pack. It can't be just raps.
Yeah.
They just need to quit playing with this nigga.
Nah,
like unless you gonna really tee up, like you gonna be on some 50 Cent old back in the day shit, leave that man alone.
Exactly, bro.
He got too much. He got too much of a machine behind him. Like you can't do nothing with him. Like you can't do nothing with him.
Any other rapper who'd have been outed with a ghostwriter, got beat up or whatever the fuck they claim Diddy happened,
pissed off, all type of little rumors.
Yeah,
bro, nigga fight all kind of shit. Nigga get on Twitter and call.
This nigga been on Disney Channel.
Bro, the Rihanna shit. Oh, he's corny. Blah 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 blah. Like, bro, that nigga can't lose right
now. Especially the fact that if you think about it.
Oh, Venom in the building.
Oh boy.
What up? What up?
You sound like your breath stink right now. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro.
I'm in our closet.
Fuck out of here.
I know the nigga ain't washed his face shit, bro.
He just jumped down from hanging upside down. Fuck out of here, Venom.
He just woke up to listen to Joe Budden.
Fuck you talking about,
Venom? Venom ain't gonna be loud.
Venom can't even talk loud in his house because his wife is gonna fuck him up.
Go fuck him up.
Oh boy.
I'll see y'all on your shit today, man.
So this the intro. Y'all gonna get Venom. Y'all just gonna fry him straight off the bat.
Hey, go fry Venom.
It's the first show. Oh, he hey, Venom, dipped.
He said enough. He said enough.
Venom combing his head.
Damn, pick me up.
Venom stroking his head. Like, y'all got me fucked up right now.
All right, Venom back on. What's good, Venom?
Venom just put his head in a tight bun. He ready for y'all.
Oh my god.
Man,
what's going on, Venom? What's going on?
What we talking about? What we doing here? Want to get shit?
We're
get
to the public.
Say it again.
I said, introduce yourself to the public, bro. This is your first time on here. This is our first podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is what we doing here. There's Venom right here. Venom.
This is Venom all the way from paradise. We live out paradise out here in New Zealand. Kicking with my what we doing here crew. I don't know who's on. How do I see who's on here?
We got Court, we got Rari, we got Kardii, and we got Cligga on.
I didn't even know Rari was on here.
Yeah, he moves in silence.
Bad.
Okay.
I ain't know that nigga was on here.
Yeah,
Rari the feds like.
I gotta ask Venom this. Moving forward in the show, what type of slander is not gonna be acceptable with you here?
Nah, we good. We good.
Here we go, bro.
Nah,
We good. Nah, we not. You better tell him. No bull thug slander. Tell him.
You tell everyone in the group once they initiated these rules. So I need to hear about it on the podcast.
Venom,
family. I'm cool with it. I'm good. I mean,
don't answer because people are gonna call up and say that because you're saying don't say that.
no,
That's gonna be the first thing somebody get on the call and say.
Cool.
Don't say that.
Well, don't try to call up and give me no pussy. I'm making that known.
You can call
If that's
me
what
up,
they
though. You heard?
They doing the opposite. What we said.
What are we doing anyway? What are we talking about?
So we was talking about Pusha and Drake right now. You know, about basically Drake just slowing down what Pusha's whole album being dropped could have been. Y'all swear that this is gonna be over with by Monday, but I don't think Twitter's gonna let that happen.
I feel like, it's a long weekend over there, isn't it? It's a long weekend for y'all, right? Labor Day weekend. I think we got to see how this plays out. It's not over yet.
Day weekend.
Yeah.
It's Labor Day. I want barbecue or something.
So, but my thing is, with Drake, he doesn't rap all the time. But when he does, every once in a blue moon, when he's motivated, it's rough. It's a real rough night for whoever he's rapping against.
Yeah, that's a fact. Pusha got to leave that man alone. That's a fact.
Yeah, we learned from Joe Budden that you don't want to mess with Drake, you heard?
What? I think he was meant to say Meek Mill. GDP fucked it up. I think he was meant to say Meek Mill. We learned from Meek Mill.
Yeah, I guess. Drake made a hit out of that song. We ain't gotta talk about Meek. He ain't even been out for a month. Why we trying to do that to Meek, bro? That ain't necessary. We know what happened.
True, now I see what it is. Did y'all talk about the invoice?
We touched on it. We touched on it, but not fully. You got anything to say about that?
Man, all I can say is, man, Pusha gotta leave that man alone. I mean,
I'm sending these niggas Traps invoices now.
Yeah,
you should.
He pushed them on a timeline, and Drake responded accordingly. Give me my $100,000.
Hold on, say that word again. That was fire.
Which word?
Adroitly?
Accordingly.
Oh, accordingly.
Hey, we got a word of the day segment, bro.
Yeah.
This nigga stupid.
No. But yeah, he that was the last straw. We thought the diss was bad, and then it was within an hour he dropped that Instagram post. And Drake might be the most petty rapper out there.
He's super petty.
That was super petty.
Super petty.
What's called? Hey, let's get on this little
Top and Ill Will. What y'all guys think? I'm gonna let y'all guys go around and say what you think. Yeah?
You say you fucking with it?
Shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it. Until I'm gonna give them the chance to show up and do their thing. But just off of predicting this whole, it will have been nice. T-Top, y'all know that's my man's.
Yeah.
Like Anderson, Texas, we're gonna turn up.
Shit, it was like a choke away from beating Twerk, bro. He ain't been on some shitty shit.
He been all right.
So who was a choke away?
Ew.
It will.
It will battle Twerk?
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
It will battle Twerk for real?
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Nah.
Y'all capping.
You playing, huh?
Nah. It will versus Twerk. It will.
Hey, I'm convinced Kardii don't listen to battles, bro.
Nah, I do. Oh, my mama. They one bar. Hold on, I might be bugging.
Nah, you are bugging straight up.
It will versus. What card was it on?
The
Kardii.
Born Legacy Supreme, right? The first one.
Oh, you so right. He didn't smoke that nigga. Yeah,
Kardii.
He was a choke away from winning that battle.
Kardii.
Yeah, it was close. What up, bro? It was
Kardii.
close. Yeah.
T-Top is dope.
Yeah, T-Top 5. T-Top in my top 5. This nigga went head to head.
T-Top in your top 5.
This nigga went head to head with Surf. What is y'all talking about?
What you mean? He beat Surf.
No,
He didn't, bro.
We ain't gonna do that.
I mean, the
What?
He said debitable. That's
debitable.
He said debitable.
Right. So what y'all saying?
I'm saying T-Top nice as hell, bro. Like only nigga he got smoked by was Goods, and that's Goods.
Yeah.
Did he get smoked by him?
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't get
It
smoked.
was looking
No,
bad.
that's what I'm saying.
He set him down. He set him down.
Hey, I
He
hate
let
y'all, by the
Goods
way.
get under his skin, bro.
Hold up. Without the
Hey, he let Goods get under his skin. He set him down. Like,
I hate y'all. I hate the way y'all think.
battle real quick. Get back to that Surf battle real quick. If it wasn't for the choke, would it be debitable?
the choke on versus Illwill.
Nah.
What the fuck is debitable?
Surf and T. It's Cardi's word of the day. Debitable?
Yeah.
It's still a debatable battle.
If Illwill didn't choke versus Twerk, that would have been close as hell. Nah, because we was watching that whole. I thought Twerk was finna.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, you said versus.
One at a time.
Hold up.
Wait,
Venom,
Surf
go.
didn't choke.
You said the Surf battle was debatable, right?
Right.
If it wasn't for that choke in that third round, would you still say it's debatable?
Probably not. Surf would have got that clear.
Yeah. So,
But the thing was, I fucked with T-Top. Like T-Top first round, he was going crazy.
That whole
And this is-
juvenile shit,
Yeah,
like the
nigga, like the nigga said, the trap got so many scales. It looked like we shaving fish.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Hey,
That's for me. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, he was wild.
Hey, what would you rank that battle? Like, give it a number. What did you think that battle? I thought that was a really good battle. It was a good back and forth until that third round.
I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. I'll give it 7 with the choke because I'm still like we still watch this shit. It's just that choke at the end that fucked it up.
Yeah.
And really, I wasn't too much on like that nigga Smack shouldn't have stopped this thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all favorite battle rappers be choking? That's wild.
Hell no.
Your favorite battle rapper beat ass for 2 rounds.
Hell
It's all
no.
good. But your favorite battle rapper got popping because of my favorite battle rapper.
Nah, that's
Your
false.
favorite battle
your
rapper
favorite
got popping
rapper.
for chasing him for 10 years. What are you doing?
Was on a decline and got popping with mine to start gun title.
Like,
I don't know what y'all talking about.
your favorite battle rapper got pushed around by an 18-year-old. That's enough.
Hey, my thing is this: Surf is Tay-Rock big homie, and Tay-Rock older than Surf. Tay-Rock was on Smack. Tay-Rock was on Lions then, and how he under this nigga.
Tay-Rock even said the reason he wanted to go to URL was because Surf was on there.
And who's the biggest battle rapper in the world?
Say it again.
Who is the best battle rapper in the world?
Not best, the biggest.
Nah, hold on. Let's finish this top and ill will first, bro. We about to get Means and Benji on too, so we can finish it up with that.
I'm a fire. I got words for Anthony.
Yeah.
We can't be jumping governments on here.
Yeah. Hey, so you guys don't think this top and ill will's a little too late?
It will.
Yeah.
Are you saying you think it's too late for it will?
Nah, I'm saying when this battle was originally supposed to go on, they both won 106 in Park, that whole Freestyle Friday shit. You know, that's when this battle was supposed to
because they
happen.
were supposed to battle. He battled Snow.
Yeah, do you think this is a little too late? Because Ill Will did not look very good against Shook. He had a good battle with Daylight, and he just had an all right battle. So and Top been kind of sitting down for a little bit. So
But the thing, as far as like a quality battle, I feel like if it would have happened back then on UFF because they was both hungry, they was both coming out. But I know regardless, like the question mark is on what Ill Will does.
right,
Like I know for sure that T-Top is gonna have 3 rounds. He's gonna be well rounded, and he gonna try to smoke this nigga.
That nigga T-Top is trash.
Oh boy.
He gonna beat your favorite battle rapper, nigga.
Nah, he ain't. He ain't gonna. We ain't gonna jump out the window like that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That nigga not beating Tay-Rock, bro.
He'll smoke one.
Kardii jumping out the window like Ivory and how high.
Cligga is a op. I'm not doing none of that. But my thing is this. Rock.
T-Top lost to Suge.
Yeah.
Lost the road?
He lost to Suge. Yeah, he got pushed around while Suge was wearing that.
Yeah, hey, nah,
Rock
that's
lost to Suge.
That's not.
That's different. That's different. They was on the street
too.
corner. That don't count.
It was in front of
He lost on that street corner.
It was in front of a laundromat, talking crazy.
It don't
He
count.
got washed.
Aggressively.
It don't count. O-Red still had dreads back then. It don't count.
It don't count. It was on URL.
Yo, did Sif
I mean,
beat
I guess.
T-Top?
But yeah, he beat T-Top. I don't know why we keep talking about it. It's
It was debatable, though. I ain't gonna say he beat him. This nigga choked in the third.
But he beat him in 2 rounds, bro. But we ain't gotta talk about that. All right, let's get on. Let's get on what you guys wanted to talk about. Mook, Surf, and Hollow. When we're talking about,
We gotta add Benji in
on.
there first.
We got means on, y'all.
Yo, what up? What up?
What up, means?
What up, man?
Barry White in the building.
What's shaking?
Oh shit, Maze in the building. What's up, bro?
What we doing here, man? What we doing here?
Well, we started off by talking about initiation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Oh, before we start, the king of the South is here. You know, the kid GDP.
Oh shit!
We in here.
What up, GDP?
Y'all right though?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. We straight.
You should be asking means.
Yo, why you at what? Well, hold on. Why you gotta asking me?
Hey, I've been watching this one show, 13 Reasons Why. Like you tweet like her. Like we got.
Hey, fuck out of here. Yo,
we gonna get like 13 videotapes while you killed yourself, son. Like if it wasn't for Megan and Jayton, you know.
Things are shit.
I'm all right. Anywho.
Means doing women's laundry right now.
Goat shit.
Turkey glue.
Oh, we got Mo.
What y'all talking about before I got in here, man?
I don't know what they're talking about. I'm trying to figure it out too.
Anywho, twerk.
Twerk being anybody not named Surf or Rock right now. Big facts.
But he's lost already.
I don't recall, sir.
A wild amount of time.
I don't recall, sir. I don't recall, sir.
Suge is washing twerk on them.
Hey, you know why Mo can't recall?
Suge just lost to Mike P.
No, he did not.
Sir.
No, he did not.
Say that. I had Mike P winning, but it wasn't.
Mo be watching battles with his fingers, son.
Sir.
That was a dirty battle.
I gotta rewatch that. I only seen it on the thing. I only seen it on the pay per view.
Like I literally just watched it like an hour ago. That was horrendous. I didn't like it.
Both of them?
Yeah, they both was bad, man. I couldn't even get into it because Suge kept stopping and
that's why everybody's trying to give it to Suge, and I just remember Suge fucking up. Like,
exactly. Mike P took the first and the second, man.
If you watch it,
be watching Suge. Suge be having the most horrible fits.
No, I like Suge.
You got an extra large basketball jersey that still don't fit.
GDP want his battle rappers to look cute.
Facts.
Nah, I mean, I guess that's just atrocious, bro.
He came to the Av battle and he was dressed like a beach ball before he took the jacket on.
Yeah.
Not the beach ball.
I said not the beach ball.
I mean, that show would never not be funny. Fuck that.
I just got out of Twitter jail.
Yeah, Kardii calling girls overweight and fat.
I didn't even call it fat. I just said overweight. I used the nice term.
That shit was fire.
I used the medical term.
I didn't even peep until you said something in the group chat, and I went back and looked. And I was like, all right, they just going back and forth. It is what it is. dude started chiming in, somebody else started chiming. I'm like, all right.
He called me a motherfucker and with no grammatical errors. Bro, you're not gonna scare me. You better throw some caps on that bitch or something, nigga. What you doing?
Shit.
English gonna scare me. You got a pistol and everything. You better goddamn throw some slang in me.
Kardii knew it wasn't real after that.
Legitimately 12 hours. It was
We got goods getting goods 30 and rock.
Oh
right?
no, son. Oh no,
What?
son.
Who said that?
Oh,
Hold on.
Switch
30 and rock?
I switch
That's
my opinion. I got
that's a J Mac and Cligga take.
well, I got goods 2-1 there.
Rock 2-1 clear, son.
Yeah, I got rock 2-1 clear.
Kardii, we gonna have to put some bread up on that.
Damn, on the goods and rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right next to you.
I ain't gonna put no bread on goods. Like I wouldn't bet no money.
You just said 3-0
He just
though.
went 3-0.
I feel like that, but I wouldn't put no money on goods. I wouldn't bet no money on goods. Goods ain't that nothing for me to put no money on in years.
He said I got 3-0 on goods, but if bread's on the line, I got 2-1. Debatable.
It's either way of bread, man.
Goods only beat Jims because he snuffed him.
I was just about to say, Goods 3-0'd Jims, but got 3-0 because he can't punch. So,
They both lost. Yeah. Man, how you get punched with a ring on and still stand up? Goods hit like Benji. I mean, Goods hit really bad.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Goods hit really bad. He got them sock 'em bopper hands.
What we doing? Benji gonna cuss you out.
Nah, I didn't. You misheard me.
Someone gotta at Benji. We need him in here now, son.
Man, hey. I got some jokes. That's about it. That's it.
Benji gotta put socks on. He wear his sneakers before he hop in this. Yes.
It's 2 pair of socks, man.
He keeps sanitizer in his pockets.
That's terrible. He got a surplus of Lysol. Man. That's crazy. No socks.
Hey, stick to the topic. What we talking about? Mook and what?
We're gonna talk about Mook. We're gonna talk about Hollow, and we're gonna talk about Surf. Where you rank them in terms of legendary status?
Hey, let me start. I like Mook. The way people like make him seem like he's like a legend. He's not a legend, son.
He's not.
What the fuck?
You want to know why he's not a
I
legend?
think Hollow more legendary if you want to be honest.
What are you doing?
Can I go?
Yeah,
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, you got the flow. My fault.
Hey, the reason why he's not a legend to me is what I'm saying is because I was there. Like I was around when these actual battles were happening that y'all heard about. These imaginary battles that weren't imaginary, but that y'all heard about when he battled this person. I was in those parts. Me, my grandma lived on 144th Street in Lennox Avenue in Harlem. I was in those parks while those battles were going on when I was like 18 or 19. That nigga wasn't that nice.
This is my thing with Mook. We like to say people are legendary based on being the first person. The first person to do something. It doesn't matter the quality in which they're spitting, you know.
Facts.
Like we look back, like let's compare it to like this Ultimate Fighting shit. We look back to that, it's not as polished, you know. The craft isn't as skilled, you know. When Mook was out there, he could spit the same 16 or whatever on whatever block he was on. You know, the eyes weren't there. It wasn't as publicized, you know. So we give him a lot of leniency because he was the first to do it. Then you got Hollow. Hollow he was at the point where it's kind of like when it was WWF. You feel me? It was still polished, you know, it was still grimy and gritty, but it was mixed, you know, and Hollow was holding it down on every coast. You feel me? And then you got Surf. You got Surf when look, Surf is the show. Surf is you hear Surf on the card, you gonna cop a ticket.
That's not the point. How is that the point?
It is.
Surf is that person that will say, well, look at my last battle that got 3 million views. Yeah, you battled Hollow. Yeah. Hollow the Don like a slouch. So Hollow is bringing like 2.5 of the 3 million. Don't make it seem like you're the reason why that everybody's watching these battles. Look who you're battling. I get it. He's a good talker. Surf is a good talker. Y'all pump him up like he's the. Listen to what I'm saying. He's a good rapper. Yeah. He's a good rapper.
If we
but he's about a great talker.
I'm gonna tell you this: Hollow ain't getting me to fly out from California to Texas to go watch him battle.
That's because you a hater.
I know, but I'm saying, like, when we talk about legendary, we also got to talk about what they've done for the sport, not necessarily if you win your battles or not.
Wait, Surf stole slow it down shit from Connor now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's the same shit. That's the same shit, bro.
But he did it better.
What has Surf done for battle rap?
Hold on. My thing is this. Everybody used the slow it down shit. At least Surf created and made it his own shit with it. Like he was original with it. All of these niggas did the same, slow it down, the same, exactly how Khan did.
Everyone started steaming after Chilla. We gonna say Chilla is amazing? No.
Hell no.
My thing is this. For Surf to even be in the conversation, this nigga came 10 years after these niggas. What are we doing here?
I don't understand how y'all put him as a legend. Like for what? The fuck? Like for like debatables and maybes in like 2 or 3 minutes. Like what?
He got the most views out of all these niggas.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Surf brings the attention to these battles.
You're telling me that somebody like Hitman, who's on MTV, doesn't bring 3 million views off top? No, you're not telling me.
Okay, how many views does Suge and Hitman have? Cause how you saying it, let you tell it. You know, all those views, all them what? Less than 1 million views?
Here we go. Hold up. Let me go. So you said Surf get all these views that makes him a legend? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Y'all based the views off of legendary status. I didn't bring up the views. Y'all did.
No, I hear you. But I'm not gonna let you just say like he a slouch.
Only reason I brought up the views was this. I just said that to say that shows, not to say how many views a nigga got, but that just shows who we watching. Like that's what I'm using. That's what I'm basing the views on. That shows who we watching.
A lot of these new rappers follow the Sue Surf template. A lot of them sound like Sue Surf. A lot.
So Wavy don't sound like Sue Surf.
A lot.
Exactly like this.
Listen to what I'm saying. If Surf battles Hollow, and Hollow has a big ass following, a insane following, you telling me that all 4,000 or 4 million of those views is Surf's?
No, not by any means.
Nah, it's both of their views. But what I'm saying is, when you add, Hollow ain't even been on URL enough to have views like that, so we can't even like. But that's him and Lux, like them big ticket niggas.
What's the biggest battle we've been talking about for the past 4 years?
We've biggest battle
about almost happening for the past 4 years.
Oh,
exactly. It's not Hollow and Mook. It's Surf and Mook for a reason.
About. But let me put it this way: who's the champ? Who's the champ? I don't watch WWE no more, but who's the champ over there now? He ain't no fucking legend, but he's on top.
Oh yeah. Let me break that down too, cause we let Cligga start it off with the whole Mook not a legend and all that. Now Mook is the #1 guy. Mook is the GOAT. Let's just put that out there first.
So what if Verb beats him? What if Verb beats him? What we gonna say about Mook?
If beat Mook, then we're gonna knock Mook ass down a couple notches. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna knock Mook down a couple notches on the list. But what I'm saying right now is he hasn't been beat. He's number one.
What do you mean he hasn't?
Widow he ain't the GOAT. Widow is definitely a legend based off just he's the traditional. He's regarded as the historical
logo.
He's not a.
But all right, hold on. Because you just said, hold on. So who said he's the logo? Who said he's the logo?
He's the logo. That's Kardii. That's Kardii.
Look. So to that, I made this comparison on Twitter.
Okay.
Jerry West is the logo of the NBA.
You think you fucking with LeBron James?
Hold on though. My point is, you say that. Does anybody hold
Jerry West?
I don't think of battle rap and think of
my
murder.
point to that?
But my thing is this: if it's like look at it like this analogy. If battle rap was the United States, Mook is the president.
That's stupid as hell.
That's a terrible comparison.
Whenever Mook got announced, when have King Lo shit died out before Mook? What are y'all talking about?
He ain't a battle rapper.
Nobody.
Not a jam died out quicker than Mook announcement.
Nah.
I'll answer it. You know why? Because these battle rap niggas is weirdos.
Facts.
That's very true.
Wait, hold on for a minute.
Don't murder Mook.
How do we? What criteria do we use to give these guys their legendary status?
Because it's all subjective. It's all subjective. There's not a set rules.
Weird.
Legends are just typically well known.
I'm saying for this, like, how can y'all not give him his respect off of that alone?
I give him his respect, but I say we can't hold him to this standard.
That is not respect. That's disrespect.
Mook is a legend in my book. Murder Mook is definitely a legend in my book.
Hey,
Hold on, we got Benji on the line. Benji,
Shit.
Yo,
what's good, Benji?
what's shaking?
You got a man fade.
I can't. It's a lot of static. Like,
Cligga trying to talk to you about something right quick. Cligga, you good?
power to the people. We back into maintenance.
Cligga, you said you was trying to talk to Benji right quick. What you got to say?
I was trying to get my bars off about this Mook thing.
Oh, okay, so Benji later. All right, go. It's your turn, Cligga.
My thing, what I was saying was that the average of y'all wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. You know, it's real easy to say the GOAT on stuff that wasn't seen.
Right,
he like a urban legend, you know.
Hold on.
Let me tell Benji what's going on.
What we doing
We talking about Mook, Surf, and Hollow in terms of legendary status.
So wait, so we saying, all right, so listen, like, we not seriously saying.
Benji just got on, so let's let Benji talk. What you got to say?
Yo, hold on. We not seriously saying that Surf is a legend. Are niggas? Are we saying Surf is like? Is niggas saying Surf is a legend or no?
No.
Like how? Like I don't. What do we got to figure out? Like somebody has to set a bar or something. Like we got to figure out variables that constitutes legend. Like Surf just he's been in the game for a long time. So like I don't think longevity equates to legend necessarily. Like just because he's been in the game forever, like that don't make him a legend. Like a legend has to, in my opinion, a legend has to necessarily have something that shifts the culture. Like whether I agree or not, Hollow can be considered a legend because that shit with Joe Budden sort of shifted the culture. Like that shit with Joe Budden shifted the culture. Whether we agree or not, whether we say Hollow trash or not, you know what I mean? That shit shifted the culture into a degree because Joe Budden ain't have to take Hollow. Niggas told Joe Budden to take Hollow. Like when Joe Budden said, "Who should I battle?" Niggas quickly said Hollow. So that's like a legend right there. Cause niggas told the industry, nigga, yo, if you want to battle a top notch nigga, you gotta battle Hollow. Like we only told niggas to battle. We only told Mook to come back and battle Surf. Like if, say for instance, if another industry nigga came back and was like, yo, who should I battle? Niggas not gonna scream Surf.
Let me get my point off right quick. Let me go. So the whole issue with being able to say why someone's a legend is difficult because we got 3 different eras where we held people to a certain standard. You feel me? when Mook was rapping, there wasn't really a bar, you know, where you could judge them based off of a category of things, you know. So we hold him to a higher standard based on what he did at that time. And when he performed in that new era, it wasn't impressive. So that's why I have a tendency to discredit Mook, because he was great when the sport, if you want to call it, wasn't developed. But when he showed up and we had different categories to judge him on, it wasn't the same, you know, feel we had.
Yeah, but did he win those battles? He won, right?
Yeah, he won.
Can I go?
Yeah, Kardii, go. Go, Kardii.
My thing is this, though.
When is it my turn?
Huh? Hold up. Kligga. Kardii gonna go, then it's you, all right?
These two things off real quick. I'm gonna just say these two things. The thing is, if anybody.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Kardii, are you sniffing fresh air? Like, we don't need you talking. You sniffing gunpowder, nigga.
All right, Kardii, go.
Like, what we doing here? Come on, son. Like, we gotta make sure.
So my thing is, if anybody looks, wouldn't even be talking about this shit. They would be God right now. That's first. Second, how the fuck y'all gonna say this nigga came back and was Iron Solomon? These niggas is on Iron Solomon dick right now. And he 5-0'd this nigga. He 30 looks. And niggas is gassing and saying it's just trash. At least 2 of them rounds is watchable.
You're right.
2 out of 5 is under 50%, Kardii.
All right, Cligga, go. Go, Cligga.
Again, like I've been telling y'all, Mook, that whole like Mook shit, I don't understand it, because the average person, I'm not saying y'all or us, y'all can't name 5 or 6 Mook battles.
I want to know how
that's not what I'm saying. Where he like bodied these niggas. I was watching these battles back then, like on the Smack DVDs. I had to go to Brooklyn and buy and put in my PlayStation 2 and watch. And it was like he was dope, and everybody loved Mook. But Mook wasn't like he wasn't like a legend. How the fuck what happened was listen to what I'm saying. No, how? From what?
He watched Serious Jones too. Like y'all acting like this shit was.
Listen to what I'm saying, Kardii. How old were you when that thing came out? I was in college when that shit came out. When you watch it on YouTube, I watch it on the DVD.
Yeah, Cligga's sunning us right now.
People are saying like Mook is like, based off of what? Because you saying like y'all say that because the narrative.
You watch the YouTube.
Won all the last 5 battles, all the rounds, or 6-0. No, he didn't. Them shits is trash. Tell me what he said. Tell me what he said his third round. Hey, look. Tell me what he said his third round versus someone right now. Somebody give me a line.
Man, we ain't gonna do that, man. None of us have watched that in like 5 years, bro. Let's be real.
Is Murder Mook won? Why? Tell me what he said.
We say he's a legend because we like to look back, son. Like, we like to look back and be like, oh, you know, he got this whole mystical thing with him.
Hold on. All right, hold on. I want to know what, for GDP, I want to know why you figure that Mook is not a legend. Like, hold on, for instance, since we only refer like when we only catch on when when Surf refers shit to basketball. Like, we not gonna say Jerry West ain't a legend because of that modern. Well, he ain't play in the modern era, smoking shit back when he was playing. So like, we can't say Mook ain't a legend because he ain't battled in the modern era, or he had a forgettable performance in the modern era. When that nigga was on Smack DVDs, he was smoking shit. Like, whether we like that Young Hot or not, like, that nigga smoked Young Hot. Whether we like it or not, like,
Benji, talk to Cligga.
He wasn't smoking shit.
Yeah, but all right, hold on. Let me go.
Let's be for real. Like, are we saying that that battle against Kardii only said that motherfucking, that when you was battling on whatever, I was in Rikers, whatever, like Mook was really talking, like Mook was talking for that era.
But
like back then it wasn't no extra complicated wordplay. It wasn't schemes. It wasn't double and triple entendres. It was just niggas coming to the block talking whatever it is that they lived about, and that was that. Like, Mook, in my opinion, Mook beat Serious Jones. Like, are we saying Mook ain't beat Serious Jones?
But here's the thing: Mook was battling scrubs, yo.
So what though? Like that's not Mook's fault. Mook can't run around saying like, oh, his brother's back here. Like that's not his fault. Like if you go to the YMCA and it's nothing but a bunch of 60-year-olds in there, and you the nicest nigga in there, then fuck it. That is what it is.
So you put up 60 every game in the Drew League, then you go to the NBA and put up 20. You want me to say you a legend? No, I'm gonna say you really good against amateur opponents.
Iron Solomon was average when
Iron
Mook beat him, or Mook made him look average.
And he was. Iron Solomon never was that good, yo.
Yo, he gave Lux the 30 pack.
Come on, son. Like, Mayweather ain't fought top tier material, but like when Mayweather fought niggas, he made niggas look extra average. Like we saying Iron Solomon was average before he got the move.
Yeah.
Like the only real memorable shit I can remember is against Math, and he lost that battle. My thing is until I see, cause let's look back, bro. When Mook came back to the era and battled on URL against Iron, honestly, the take wasn't great about what happened. You know, those 5 rounds. They were hit and miss to most people. We don't go back and be like, damn, Mook was cold against Solomon. And then when he battled Lux, we discuss it. Hold on. We discuss it all the time, bro. Mook was not that great against Lux, and Lux was not that great either. If he comes back against Verb and look like Jordan on the Wizards, you think I'm gonna be like,
yo, hold on, is this GDP or
this
Paul Wall?
GDP, bro?
GDP, hold. You said you just compared the Lux to Jordan.
No. I'm just trying to say when Mook came back to the modern era, he was not that impressive. And it's easy to put up wild points, you know, when the league isn't as developed. But when you come back and everyone's better and there's different things you have to incorporate in your craft, that's when we really see how great you are.
I don't know, man. Lux isn't that easy. That's not easy to put points up on Lux. It's not easy.
Hey, that wasn't the same Lux though. You can ask Benji. Benji loves Lux. That wasn't the same Lux.
Nah, I agree. It wasn't, but is that Mook's fault?
No, that's not Mook's fault. But Mook wasn't overly impressive either. That was a sparring match between 2 friends.
Yeah, we could chalk it up as that. It was just 2 niggas who knew each other.
Before that battle, everybody's money was on Lux. And everybody's money was on Lux. I don't think a soul had.
But here, I got you with this.
That battle,
you know why?
That battle was dictated highly by the crowd. Like the crowd
why everyone's money was on Lux was because the 2 different performances between those guys at Summer Madness 2. Lux put on a spectacle, like it or not, choke or not. When the whole narrative after that event, bro, was what Lux did to Cal. Mook's battle got swept under the rug, and not only that, Lux battled Hollow after. Am I correct?
I was gonna say,
Lux battled Hollow. So we knew that Lux already got the ring rust up. You know, we didn't know what Mook was gonna come with, but we knew that Lux just had one of the best battles in battle rap history. So we knew that he was gonna come back and he wasn't gonna play. But there was a question mark around Mook. And that's what we still have going on into this next battle. There's a question mark in what Mook can do.
I don't think Mook can beat Verb. If Verb comes in and raps the way he rapped versus recent showing like a B-Dot, if Verb come and do what he did against B-Dot versus Mook, I don't think Mook can win. I personally have Verb 2-1. I'll give Mook a round simply because I think Verb will give away a round more so than Mook taking it, because I think Mook is going to come in with either, now he don't have necessarily an angle that he can steal from somebody that somebody has already said against Verb. Like against Verb, you got to be one of 2 things. You got to be aggressive, overly aggressive, and try to press him out, right, like what Twerk did against him, or you got to be all performance, what Hollow did. Like you got to have mad performance against like what Holla did to Verb in order to counteract his lyricism. Cause like you can't stand there and try to angle him, cause there's really no
Verb
angle you
has
can take on
angles
Verb.
for
Like unless you
Verb
do that
has
perm shit,
angles
we don't
for
want to hear
Mook,
that
which
no
is
more.
what's going to be interesting.
If anybody can get an angle on Verb, it's Mook.
Right.
It's Mook.
Like if we really think about it, bro, this is a good battle based on what could happen. You know,
I got Mook 3-0.
Verb can talk about the fact that he already had 40 racks for Mook back in the day, and Mook didn't want to take that battle.
Right. That's an angle he can. Right. You know what I mean? That's an angle he can take. But definitely, because of the history, I think Verb can pinpoint and Verb can structure his rounds more potent than Mook. Like, I'm not saying Mook gonna get. I want to see Mook do good, honestly. Like, I think if Mook wanted to, Mook can just simply just solidify his spot by saying I was nice back when it was an era where you had to be nice from the block, not when you had to have time of preparation, had to come up with these schemes, had to come up with these double entendres, had to come up with all of this back-to-back punches and all of that. Like, I was nice when I could just, as a young nigga, I could come on the block, talk that shit that niggas want to hear from the block upstate, and then that be that. Like, in this era, he just don't fit because, like, his round structure ain't as potent as niggas. Like, the game evolves. So I think Mook just got to take his place and just be like, I was nice when I was nice. But now, I really don't have a fitting in this era right now. And I'm okay with that. But for me, I think Mook just wants to prove a point because the fans, via Twitter, Facebook, they tell him all the time, you can't be considered a GOAT or a legend if you don't take somebody from the new era, which is, I think, is killing Mook in a sense, because if he come and have an average showing versus Verb, then it's only gonna get worse.
What do you have to say
only
about
gonna get worse.
Nah,
only gonna get worse.
I agree with what you said. But my thing is, I feel like Mook, like, I don't understand why people keep saying he's not good in this era. He beat Lux 3-0. I don't care how much y'all say I'm bugging, but he did. It was pretty clear that night that Lux just got killed. Murder Mook, he's more than capable of smoking.
Here we go.
Like, bro, nah, you telling me, did you watch it live? You watched it live, right?
Yeah.
Total slow shit. You didn't think Mook smoked Lux?
I think he beat Lux, but it was such a bad battle that it's hard to say one person smoked the other. You know, you had Lux throwing out his jacket, and then Mook picking it up, saying I forgot my keys on some weird shit. You know, like it wasn't memorable. Like I can tell you a Mook bar based off how bad it was.
Hang on, what did you think about the mask on glove? I ain't leaving no trace. I'm about to bring y'all champagne, and it's gonna be a cold case.
I thought that was fire at the time.
I felt like that was fire too. So
but he also had "You're more hypocritical than a dying hippopotamus."
Oh my god!
And that's what I take from that. That's what I take from that battle.
that was horrid.
Yeah, he got a lot of nerve, bro.
The nerve of Mook, man. The nerve.
You know, but yeah, it was bad, bro. It was real bad. If he has any of that shit, I'm turning the pay-per-view off this time, man. That was terrible, yo. Like I hope Verb remixes that and just smokes him with it, because he deserves to be, you know, talked about with that one. That was bad. Like some people's legends saying that type of bar.
Nah, I should have watched the battle before we did this podcast, because I swear he had more lines, man. I haven't seen it enough to remember. But
I don't remember. Like as much as I wanna be like objective about that battle, I don't remember anything Mook said except from that fire bar you said, Venom, about the champagne cold case, and then the incredibly bad hippopotamus bar. Like I don't know anything else that Mook said. Like I know Lux came out and took round 1 because of what he was saying. Like, and then round 2 is debatable. I preferred the rapping of Lux. And then round 3, I think Lux dropped the ball. Like nobody cared about that coat situation. Even though Charlie Clips put it out there, these niggas robbed Mook for his coat, not you. So it's clear that
Yeah,
the
and they didn't
story
know
was
about it.
true,
Like,
but it's
what's
just nobody
unfortunate?
cared about it. So Mook did get robbed, right? Mook did get robbed, you know what I'm saying? But I think just that angle fell flat. But like, I'm not mad at anybody saying that Mook won the battle, but I think because of the crowd having such making it such a point to where as though they knew who they was rooting for. Like niggas say like Lux got smoked.
It was
but
really unfortunate
I don't know. I think if
that battle happened at that venue in that card. Because that was like, really a monumental battle if it was in the right setting. You know, because it
happens too often to URL.
It does, and that's the thing with Smack.
Yeah.
You know, Smack has the tendency to wait too long or just not have the willingness to put on a battle that everyone wants to see. You know, like you can't tell me he don't have the bread for these battles when he booking a West Coast card with YK and Pass. You know, with Nitty and Briz, like they're not breaking the bank.
Right.
And I guarantee you, because the West just likes to have battle rap, so they're gonna sell out that arena or that venue, and you're gonna have some suckers that are gonna buy the card on the pay-per-view. You can't tell me that they're not gonna hit a lick off that card. So you can't tell me they don't have enough money for this and that, because RBE, ARP coming out of the blue, and he booking a lot. Boy, when this card comes out, he booking a lot of returning people, man. You can't tell me that.
I'm telling you, I don't know how ARP got a bag for this one.
That goes
like,
to say you're booking Mook, and you still got 5 other announcements, whatever the case may be, and you still got the bag for them. So you can't tell me Smack, who puts on 2 cards a month, got the most views of all the battle leagues, you know, so they're bringing in revenue from that. You can't tell me he doesn't have the bread to put on one of these superstar battles. And it's like you're cheating the fans.
I feel like there's a sense of pride with Smack, like foolish pride that he holds on to, because I think he doesn't necessarily want to be told by a group of fans like, yo, you need to book this battle, you need to book this battle. I think Smack feels as though he wants to promote the nobody is bigger than the URL brand. Like, I know if any battle I put on, you niggas is gonna watch it. So y'all not gonna tell me who to put on, who not to put on, and all of that. Like, cause I think Smack wants to firmly believe that nobody is bigger than his brand, which I ain't mad. Like, that's what you can hold your hat on and do believe so. But to me, I think at some point you're gonna have to start listening to the public.
It looks
like,
that way completely.
You're gonna have to start listening. I think Lux and Hollow was missed on URL. Like when Hollow called Lux out on URL in front of Surf and Khan, and then Smack said, "Y'all want to see that? I'm gonna get that. I'm on the
Hollow
phone
was
tomorrow.
out there to host the battle, and Lux at 2 separate occasions. You know, so I think that
he missed out on that one. He missed out on that. He
missed out on
Surf and Calico too.
I was telling Venom and Kardii the other day. I said, you really missed out on the return of Murder Mook. It wouldn't have mattered who he battled. That should be on Smack.
Should be on Smack. That's a fact.
That should be on Smack.
Yep. A Mook return on URL, though, has to be on Smack series, because that's where Mook is from. Like, if anything, like, you gotta put Mook in that little-ass room and see what he can do. Like, to me, the Smack series is just basically another way of getting revenue. Like, because, I mean, the Smack series, if you talking about bringing that old feel back, these new niggas not really use that old feel. Like, you got to bring Rex back, bring a Mook back. He already had Shine on the card, but, like, hell, even though I'm not a fan, and I say it because I'm from Brooklyn, but, like, Matt Hoffa, bring Matt Hoffa back to that Smack series and see what he can do in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think right now it's too many of the new niggas just, they either saying the same shit over and over, or they battles is just falling by the wayside.
They're
the moment they battle,
it's
like,
lackluster.
I don't know. I just think Smack is trying to,
You know, I don't get that excitement
really
anymore. Like, I remember, man, before they did pay-per-view, right? I remember waiting for the trailer to drop for these battles, bro. And watching the trailer was like watching the battle, you know? you had the anticipation and everything.
What was I didn't catch the episode about Goods and Rock.
Yeah, we were saying that. I mean, originally I said Rock was going 3-0 Goods, and Kardii said that Rock was going to smoke him. Then he switched up last week and said Goods 3-0.
Venom, what you saying, Venom?
I'm saying Goods 3-0 as well.
Wow.
I can't see that. I can't see that.
I mean, I personally, I have Goods winning the battle too. 3-0 is a stretch because I think Rock is just going like Rock is too good at what he does to get 3-0.
Right.
But I feel as though like I don't know. It's the same thing with Verb. Like I was just saying with Verb. Like you really can't. What are you gonna do when that nigga Goods is just standing there like too cool for school with his Henny in his hand? Like what are you gonna do to a nigga like that? Like Verb and Goods was such a good battle that got swept under the rug because
it was a
both
very
them
good
niggas
battle.
Right, both them niggas came to rap. So it's just like you get rapping in each round, you just prefer on which rapping style you like Verb with the lyricism or Goods with that swag rap. I think with Rock, if Rock come in there and press him out, gun bomb to death for 3 rounds and Goods just standing there like he really not phased, and then he have a round where he be like, you know, what you really know about them guns? I was doing this and doing that while you young niggas was like that shit. I'm telling you, I just think Goods gonna be in a different bag, and it's gonna be 2-1 for me. I wouldn't say clear, but I just say 2-1 because I just think like Goods the type of nigga you can't. How do you attack this nigga? Like you can't really come up with a plan to sort of like attack this nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
his style's definitely gonna resonate with that crowd too because it's in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna resonate with them. All that swagging out shit, they're gonna be in Goods' corner.
Man,
For real.
They wear cowboy boots and hats, man. They don't know about swag. Anywho, when have you recalled Goods battling someone with aggression like Rock? I know we like to discredit. I know we like to discredit aggression like it's not a huge part of a battle, but that can really shake people up.
The aggression thing, I think, is one of the attributes that is missing in battle rap. Like I tweeted a couple months ago when Geechee, I want to say it was against Ab or JC, I believe. Well, no, he just battled JC, so it was against Ab. Like every nigga don't need to come in and try to be extra lyrical, extra like chiller worthy on schemes and double entendres like Lux and real complicated. Every nigga don't need to do that. Like I think too much of battle rap now is every nigga trying to come in and prove that he's extra lyrical. Like even with Twerk, but yeah, niggas say, oh, he rapping, but then we find out his rapping is basically from other niggas. So he just all performance. But with Suge, I think Suge is the perfect example of Suge and Geechee are 2 niggas that I can think of that the game necessarily has to keep as stables because of their aggression. Like Suge don't say nothing complex. He don't say nothing complicated. He not trying to go in there and outwit you. He gonna press you out for 3 straight rounds and bully you and see what you gonna do about it. And in my opinion, Suge is one of the ones that we gotta make sure that we hold and like not cherish, but hold and really be appreciative of what this nigga bring because he made Av look little on that motherfucking Gnome stage.
And
like
Suge had one.
He made Av look little.
Yeah, and Suge had a crazy.
He made T-Top look little, and it's just like
Suge had a crazy.
Go ahead.
Suge had a crazy trajectory.
I want to touch on that aggression shit. I think you got a good point with that because I feel like the last time Goods battled anybody with any kind of aggression, even though he's not an aggressive type battler, he lost his shit. Ended up on the battle.
We saw what happened.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, I think you might be onto something with that. If Rock can get in his face and make him feel like he wants to pop on him like he popped on Jim, then maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing with Suge, we was not checking for Suge for the longest. And he had this trajectory that was crazy where all of a sudden, kind of like Rock. Rock was just, the dude who lost the clips. And then he had that Red battle. And then he just started to gain heat. That's the same thing with Suge where he just kind of came out the blue, bro. Like he battled the Saga, and we was like, okay, we rocking with Suge. And then he had that T-Top battle, and he's pushing T-Top all over the stage.
Righteous. And that
I
nigga,
was saying shit was trash before that shit happened.
took off from
Yeah, and Suge's not even lyrical, but he has that believability, you know, and that's missing.
Right.
That's
Like, we
missing.
gotta,
You know, and if battle rap wasn't so corny now, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Suge would still be where he's at. But now that like that's missing and it's a whole lot of like, oh, I just spit words. Suge is something, you said it, he should be cherished. You know, that's the exact word, because he's setting the blueprint for how to be aggressive when you're not completely lyrical. You know, he's great. He's not great at one thing. He's good all around, but he has that one signature quality to him that makes him a spectacle to see.
I think when Rock had the B Magic battle, Rock was just like, I knew Rock was I didn't think he was he was going to end up being a gatekeeper, but I was like, okay, this nigga Rock, like, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was mid. Like, I thought there was some flaws in his punches against Magic. You know, some light shit, but I was just like, I would have chose it better. But when he had it, and I always say this, I think Rock took off when he had his Ill Will battle at SM3. That battle, I was just like, this nigga Rock might be the next nigga up. Like, this nigga might not be fucked with. And then he, from Ill Will, he just took the fuck off until where he is right now. Like, it was crazy how I saw Rock.
And Rock was scheming. But really, the moment I realized it was the same time you said, that battle with Ill Will, because he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. And Ill Will, at that time, Ill Will was looked at as Smack's next up. You feel me? He came off that battle with winning the title and all that, you know, stuff. And he came in there, he came in there and Rock wild on him. And he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. He could do no wrong. And I knew it was real when he battled DNA and he had that D-Nanny scheme and people were still fucking with it. Yeah, but that's the thing with Rock. I think Rock and Surf are getting to the point where they're in the same positioning, because one of the reasons why I'll admit, you know, why I hold Surf in such high regard is because he was holding it down every battle, in the sense that it was a spectacle to watch Sue Surf battle. Now that Surf been sitting for a while, you have Rock just kind of show out and put Smack on his back. He really holding it down to make sure that Smack stays afloat, because I don't have enough confidence in the new rappers to have that sustainability.
It looked like for a part there, Smack was trying to get Chess to be that guy, and he just couldn't fulfill his potential. So someone had to carry the brand on their back while Surf was away. And Rock was definitely that candidate. And
it goes back to your man Hollow and Rock. When we had that battle going on, I'll admit I thought Hollow was gonna clean Rock up, you know. I just thought on a lyrical aspect and just out of just how versatile Hollow was, that it would be too much for Rock. And you really see the skill level of a battler when they face that type of adversity. And Rock didn't back down, you know. And it turned out to be a really good battle with a lot of replay value.
Yeah, Hollow, he shouldn't have done that hat thing, man.
Yeah.
He always tries to do something different or something new, something out of the realm of what's typical, and that wasn't it, man. That was not it, man.
And wipe the floor with him, that freestyle he did, that was probably one of the first times I've seen Hollow have a dud rebuttal.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that, man. He said he had a different intro, but after he did that, he couldn't start off with it.
It wouldn't make sense,
Nah, those two moments in that round, I didn't like them, man.
And it's really it's crazy that it's that debatable, because we hold Hollow in such high regard, and the whole question was, what can Rock do with Hollow?
Man, I don't know. From my corner, it was kind of like I had a lot of people telling me that Rock was gonna smoke Holly. Like,
yeah, but that's always gonna be the case when Rock battles. When Floyd fights, you're gonna have tons of people that say Floyd's gonna win, and you're not gonna hear anything different. You know?
I honestly feel like that. Nah.
Hey, I got a jet. Y'all gotta do another recording. You know, I gotta go back to work.
All right, no doubt.
I holler, bro.
I'm gonna holler at you.
All right.
All right. Well, guess we off.